Monster Jam fans, it's time for Science Series number 11. Hi again everyone, I'm Joseph Nelson, and welcome to another Science Series video from Green Joseph Racing. Hope you all had a great 4th of July, and those that were at the World Finals, hope you had a good time there. I know I had a good time watching it on TV. I now know how my dad feels when he's watching football. Congratulations to all our champions. And now it's time to crown a champion here in the Science Series. But before we get on with that, it's time to announce the new names and the new liveries that will be competing here today. Starting off with a new livery. It's a unicorn in training. Another one of the training trucks. Please welcome Martin 99X51 Sparkle Smash Training Truck. And next up, it's a new name. You've seen this truck before. And over he goes. Please welcome the biggest cat in the lineup. It's Eden Phipps Catastrophe. And you're probably wondering what the mystery trucks are. You've waited pretty much the entire month. Well, wait no longer. Here comes mystery truck number 1. And he actually landed on all 4. And please welcome Shadow vs. Ghost JCB Degatron. That's right, JCB Degatron has entered the chat. And next truck, you saw this truck at the Bigfoot Open House this year. Here he comes, celebrating 40 years and unable to keep it on all 4s. And please welcome for the first time, and it is High Roller, driven by Monster Jam Fox 68. And it's done by Colton Kaiser himself. Beautiful truck. So these are your new trucks. Now, here's the rest of the lineup since I'm introducing these 4 trucks. So me and Sergeant Smash, Metal House Racing and Gravedigger, Pinchio White and the Gravedigger's 25th anniversary, Joseph Richards and Gravedigger the Legend, who took racing in the 4th of July event a couple days ago, Triple Bacon Chaseburger and Son of a Digger, Caden Wilson and Max D, Eli Curie 21 and El Toro Loco, Aiden Richards and Thunder Roris, NEDMJ Fan 12203 and Monster Mutt, Antonio Rodriguez III and Monster Mutt Dalmatian, Rue That's Who and Crush Cycle, Monster Aviation and Captain's Curse, the Phenomenal 5155 and Inferno, Introvert Drew and Nightwalker, Mark the Bold Zootopia Fan 05 and the Patriot, Temporary High MT in the Slinger, Monster Jam Top Dog and Jester, Spin Master Monster Jam and Kraken, Hobby Buddy 99 and Bigfoot, Cody Armstrong and Snakebite, Nuclear 0085 and Gangster, Grave Prowler of 18 and the Destroyer, the Camera 9785 and Nitro Hornet, Eric Crawford and Ramblin' Wrecker, and Woody in Wolf's Head. Oh, and Connor Nelson Zero and Zombie, and the S-Kicker in Pirate's Curse. That's your lineup. Now on to round 1 of Monster Jam Racing. Alright, here we go. Round 1 Racing. Racing out of the white lane is Monster Jam Science Series veteran Nitro Hornet, taking on Sergeant Smash in the green lane. The Hornet versus the Sergeant. Down they go. And Sergeant Smash will advance to round 2, taking down the Hornet. Oh yeah, and I replaced the green can because it got absolutely pulverized in the 4th of July special. Go check that out if you haven't already. The white can it's got a few dents in it, but it's not as bad as the green can was. I actually tried uncrushing it by sticking a firecracker down it, and well, it blew a hole in it. And next up in round 1 Racing out of the white lane is Inferno with an all-new chassis. I keep forgetting to post about it, but here it is. I told you he was going to come back with a new chassis as he gets ready to take on Gangster in the green lane. So, will Inferno get gunked by the Gangster, or will Gangster get burnt out by Inferno? Down they go. Problems for both trucks, and Gangster will advance to round 2. Alright, next up, Both trucks were at the Bigfoot Open House. This Snakebite in the white lane, taking on Gunslinger in the green lane. I'm having a stroke here. Gunslinger made his return to competition somewhere in California. It's very weird seeing Gunslinger all the way out there. Anyways, Snakebite, Gunslinger, down they go. Bronze for Gunslinger, and Snakebite will advance to round 2. And next up in racing, in the white lane, it's Gravedigger the Legend. Literally the second I heard that Gravedigger the Legend was going to look like this, when I saw the unveiling, I was in Target when it happened, and after I saw it, I literally grabbed another Gravedigger the Legend and a Gravedigger, went home and made this. And he's going to be taking on Thunderoris Neon in the green lane. So the Legend, Thunderoris, let's go. Oh, and Thunderoris couldn't get over the jump. And Gravedigger the Legend will advance to round 2. Alright, next up in round 1, both trucks match their lanes. This Monster Mutt Dalmatian in the white lane, your freestyle world champion in real life, taking on the green Crush Cycle. Crush Cycle hasn't been seen on this channel for quite some time, but he's back with an all-new look. And down they go. And Crush Cycle hits the Crush car, then Monster Mutt Dalmatian will advance to round 2. Alright, next up in round 1 racing, in the white lane, multi-time Triple Threat Racing Champion and multi-time Monster Truck Attitude Champion, the Destroyer, in the white lane, taking on the all-new Training Truck Sparkle Smash in the green lane. Both got metal-based chassis. Let's see whose is better. There will be Destroyer, will be Sparkle Smash. And problems for Sparkle Smash going off to the side, allowing Destroyer to advance to round 2. Alright, next up, a couple new liveries here. Racing out of the white lane is El Toro Loco Kaleidoscope, taking on the white and green Ramblin' Wrecker. And Ramblin' Wrecker got the whole shot, and we'll move on to round 2. What a short race. Not sure what happened with El Toro Loco, but Ramblin' Wrecker is moved on to round 2. Alright, next up is the Battle of the Fords, with Bigfoot racing out of the white lane, taking on High Roller in the green lane. There's High Roller's racing debut, taking on the legendary Bigfoot, almost like in real life. Down they go, and Bigfoot takes out the newcomer, advancing to round 2. And next up in round 1 racing out of the white lane is Captain's Curse, taking on the newcomer, JCB Dickatron, in the green lane. My brother Connor's favorite truck. So, next time series, you're really going to have to fight him for this one. For now, Dickatron taking on the Captain. Down they go. And Captain's Curse takes out the newbie. Went out the same way High Roller did. Well, I pretty much concluded that the white lane is the lucky lane. And next up in round 1 of racing, it's the Nightwalker in the white lane, taking on Zombie in the green lane. This is the Zombie from the most recent series of the 2-packs. And the reason why I put these two together is because that firework that I did a video of, it was called Nightwalker, only it was a zombie, not a wolf. So, that's why these two are racing together, against each other, I should say. We're going to find out who's the real Nightwalker. And down they go. And, oh, come on. And I guess Zombie is the one true Nightwalker here for now. But the real one will have his revenge. I know who's the real one. I'm suing whoever made that firework. Not really, just kidding. And next up in racing, we got Max C in the white lane, taking on Kraken in the green lane. It's been a while since I run the green one. Let's see what he's got as he goes up against Max D. Down they go. And Max D will advance to round 2. Alright, next up in racing, the race that I can't get enough of doing. Gravedigger in the white lane, taking on Bigfoot Power Wheels in the green lane. The only other Bigfoot in this, let's go. And problems for Gravedigger, and Bigfoot will advance to round 2. Also, just a quick note, I've decided that long jump will be a separate video. We got a lot of trucks here, and I realize that my videos are way too long. So, yeah. That being said, let's continue. Alright, next up in round 1 of racing, you saw these two in the 4th of July special. It's the Patriot taking on Jester. Patriot, first ever world champion on this YouTube channel. Not world finals champion. His first champion in general. Hoping to get a few more wins, but he's got to get through Jester to get that win. Down they go. And the Patriot advances to round 2. And next up in round 1 racing, we got the Grandma Gravedigger in the white lane taking on Monster Mutt in the green lane. I hope we get a World Finals version of the Grandma Gravedigger. The accurate graphics, because I honestly like it. Anyways, down they go. Both trucks driven by Charlie Pocken, and Gravedigger advances to round 2. And next up in round 1 of racing, we got Son of a Digger in the white lane. It's supposed to be the Mud Blasters one, but it's so freaking hot out. And taking on Pirate's Curse in the green lane. And they both come crashing down, and it's going to be Pirate's Curse coming out on top. And the last race of round 1. It's the Wolf versus the Tiger. Wolf's Head in the white lane taking on Catastrophe in the green lane. And down they go, and the Tiger takes down the Wolf. And now on to round 2, but wait, what's this? There's a Gravedigger coming down the track. And it's the Red Rimmed Gravedigger on to do an encore for the fans. Giving them a sample of what's to come for freestyle. And as he tries to go for the 4-stack, doesn't make it. Oh yeah, you like the new triple? Wanted to do something different with it. Oh. And one more jump, going for the middle. Red Rimmed Gravedigger, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, moving on to round 2. Youngster taking on Sergeant Smash. Both trucks were at the open house. Youngster was on display, and Sergeant Smash was an interesting ride. Sliding around in the mud. I was just holding on for dear life and praying that we don't roll over. And Sergeant Smash T-bones Gangster. But despite that, Gangster still comes out on top. Wow, that was weird. And moving on to the next race in round 2, Snakebite in the white lane taking on Gravedigger the Legend in the green lane. And problems for the Legend, and Snakebite will advance to round 3. Oh yeah, I watered down the track. Mostly A for long jump, which will be after this video. And next up in round 2 racing, Monster Mutt Dalmatian in the white lane and the Destroyer in the green lane. And problems for Destroyer, he went too fast and it costed him the win. Monster Mutt Dalmatian advancing to round 3. And next race in round 2, Bigfoot taking on Ramblin' Wrecker. And problems for Ramblin' Wrecker, and Bigfoot advances to round 3. My gosh, I'm sweating so bad in here. It's times like these where I wish this garage had AC. Though I do have a very powerful and very effective fan in here. I just stuck my face in that for a few seconds, and I feel better already. Anyways, next up in racing, Captain's Curse taking on Zombie. He took on the Pirate, and now he's taking on the Captain. And it's going to be Captain's Curse moving on to round 2. Hey, wasn't this a 2-pack in 2014? Yeah, it was like the first. It was the first way to get the Black Captain's Curse and Zombie. The good old days. Alright, both trucks want to take down Gravedigger. It's Max D taking on Bigfoot. And Bigfoot clips Max D, trying to sabotage him. Who's driving Bigfoot? Colt Cobra? But Max D comes out on top. And next up in round 2 racing is the Patriot taking on Gravedigger. Problems for the Patriot, but The Gravedigger goes over, but still gets the win. Patriot came down hard on the white can, and it costed him the win. And it appears that there will be no fast losers, but there will be in triple threat racing. There always is. Anyways, last race, round 2, Catastrophe taking on Pirate's Curse. And it's going to be Pirate's Curse. Moving on to round 3. There's the battle of the Hot Wheels monster trucks. This Snakebite taking on Gungster. Kicking off round 3. Plunge for Gungster, and Snakebite front flips his way to victory. What a finish. And next up in racing round 3, Monster Mutt Dalmatian taking on Bigfoot. And Monster Mutt Dalmatian taking down Bigfoot as he sticks it on the nose. What is going on there? And next up in round 3 racing, 2 trucks that need to come back to Monster Jam. Captain's Curse taking on Max D. And problems for both trucks, but in the end, Captain's Curse advances to round 4. Semifinals, that is. And last race of round 3, Pirate's Curse taking on Gravedigger Grandma. And down they go, and they both go up against the wall. But Pirate's Curse is touching the wall, so Pirate's Curse is going to the semifinals to take on Captain's Curse. Semifinals, Snakebite taking on Monster Mutt Dalmatian. And Snakebite is going to the finals. And who's going to be facing Snakebite in the finals? Will it be the Captain or the Pirate? And it's going to be... it's going to be the Captain. Captain's Curse advancing to the finals. Alright, Monster Jam fans, it'll all come down to this. 2 trucks, but only 1 winner. Let's meet our competitors. Racing out of the white lane is Cody Armstrong and Snakebite, taking on Monster Aviation and Captain's Curse. Normally in Captain USA, but they decided to switch to another captain. Here we go, both trucks are black and red, and they want a win. So who's it going to be? Will it be Snakebite? Will it be Captain's Curse? Only one way to find out. And your winner is Monster Aviation, Captain's Curse. And Captain's Curse has done it. Been a while since this truck has won. So, you know he's happy right now. Oh, not what he wanted to do. He's celebrating his victory, going all the way up there. Whoa. I will not be surprised if he doubles down. Alright, well, that concludes racing here. Thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for Long Jump. That's next. I gotta get inside. I'm hot, and I'm sweating like crazy.